Something, I don't know. No, his new, his side-by-side. I am live, Corey, so if you want to make sure I got sound. Hi, everybody. Give you a few minutes to get on. We have a big day planned today. So we'll try some new things. So I'll finish getting set up here a little bit. The next one. Hey, Jerry. Do you have Gizmo's number? I'll text him. All right. Well, we'll get started. Arnold Volker here, live at Next Innovations with Cottage Blanks. Cottage Blanks by Next Innovations. Hi, Jerry. I got some visitors come from California, Uncle Harry and his nephew Joe. So yeah, we're doing lots and lots more with images like that. If you've seen, recognize that. Some people say that they don't see them, they're invisible, but there's one on the wall behind me. Thank you for the laugh. So yeah, we're going to get started right away. We have start out with the basics, which is a Nomax pad. And we put down a piece of craft paper. Temperature is at 385 for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That is to remind me to flip my roast on the grill. I guess I'll be waiting a minute for that. Yeah, the more, that's great if you can refer Alice to that. So we are going to start with some really cool garden decor. So we actually have blanks of those, the Sasquatch shapes. We're going to kind of just have a little reminder if you haven't been on here before. This is kind of new. Basically, if you have a bigger printer, you can have it all in one. Otherwise, you can use heat tape, and you could tape the paper together. And then there's alignment marks on here. So you're going to align these two sides together. And you can do it with a light table or just holding it up. But it's important that you get them lined up right. So then we're going to take this, we're going to fan it open. And we are going to lay our favorite uncle in the shape here. Hold the paper over the top. And then we are going to put, let's see. That wouldn't work, would it, Corey, to put two 11-inch wind spinners on one press? Even with a little bit of magic, it might not work. And then we 385, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, medium pressure. I got a little bit, lots of pressure, but we'll crank that down a little bit. It's a little bit higher than I'd like. It's usually in that 3-4 range for those of you that have a manual press. We do send instructions for both a pneumatic and a manual press. We're going to press a couple different ones of these to give you some ideas of what you can do. We do have Corey, can you? Jim's just dropping off some cash. No, we don't really have a lawnmower. I guess maybe a watering can. We have tried watering cans before, not necessarily as an ornament. Maybe Jerry, send me. I always love it when people comment and stuff. Jerry, if you have like a shape of a lawnmower or a shape of a watering can, we can maybe cut one out and see what it looks like. Same with anybody else. I'll put my email in there. If you ever have any ideas, it always helps if you started with like a shape or something that you wanted to use. Okay, so there's my email. We've got that still counting down. Here's a couple things that I wanted to share. We don't always talk about just how you can customize things. For those of you that know me, my son and I love to do motorcycle riding. And so for his 21st birthday, we went on the Pacific Coast Highway. And so what we did is we cut out a shape of the states that we went to, California, Oregon, and Washington. And then we took pictures from the trip and dye sublimated them right onto, this piece of metal. So keep that in mind for, the standard shapes that we have. There's just so many things that you can do with graphics and dye sublimation, but this is kind of a fun piece just to document the trip. We starred the towns that we actually stayed in, so that was kind of cool to remember. We starred in gold where we started, and then where we flew out of. So it's just a really cool piece just to kind of remember that. So, but it's kind of giving you some ideas that what you can do and what you could do graphically. So it's just either remember a trip. I'll show you another one. So we love doing shapes, but so that's something you can always request shapes. We do have lots of different state shapes, but you could do some do-it-yourself for your own trip, like I did there, which is always fun, and it's something you'll always remember. Okay, we're gonna pop the press open. Take a little pressure off from that. And we are gonna open this up. So you're gonna peel the top back first. Usually what I do is just flip it over. We're gonna take that off. And I think what I'm gonna do is throw the other one on quickly so then we can talk about. I should take my gloves off. So we'll show you that one there in a second. So we're going to do the same thing, just kind of show you how simple it is with any of the wind spinners. And we do have digital downloads for sale, even these Sasquatch ones. So you can buy these downloads, you can press them either in the wall art or on the wind spinners. You want to make sure you have it lined up right. And then we're going to put the craft paper back on there and get that going. And I will show you the one that I just pressed. Yeah, that's cool, Jerry, with the lawn business. They could do some kind of giveaways with their name. Even on something like that, we've done that for quite a few customers where it's fairly small orders. I think the minimum is like 50. So if you have a shape in mind, just shoot that to me. Here's a spinner that we just made. cousin or uncle, what did I say, Uncle Harry. And then I'll show you, if you haven't seen us do this before. Hey Gizmo, you basically have the holes horizontal, and then we're gonna fan that out. So it's super easy to do. For those of you that are really into Sasquatch type stuff, this is just another thing to kind of honor that spirit or that fun look that's been out there forever. We have our own design, so this is something that was created for us, so it's kind of an exclusive. And we got those in, I don't know what, Corey, maybe 13 different. Yeah, Sasquatch just in general. No, I'm at the wall art ones.
Oh, the wall art. Yeah.
There's lots of those. Kind of in that theme, just talking about things that you can do just to give you some ideas. Here's another motorcycle trip we went on. You can see that's a little while ago, 1,487 miles in 3 days. So that was kind of a fun one. But this is, I don't know if anybody recognizes that shape. But then again, it's another cool thing that you can do with dye sublimation. We'll see in the chat if anybody can guess what shape that is. But you can do lots of different pictures from your trip. And you could do it on blanks that we already have. We do have, like I said, lots of state shapes. This is actually a lake shape, to give it away, that we drove around. Corey, you can't guess. Yeah. Uncle Harry, I like that. What did I say earlier? Yeah, I think I did say it. Uncle Harry, or tried to. Let's see, what else we got next? We got a few more wind spinners. Don't hesitate if you have any questions or things. Yeah, today's theme is garden decor and more. So it's kind of, we got wind spinners, we got the wall art behind me that you could put on garden sheds. We have those in small sizes. That's a 12-inch, the smaller one. Same thing. It's just I want you guys to get confidence when it comes to just doing a two-sided part. Same time, same pressure. And I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to throw another thing on. I think Vicky's got some new things here for me to press. This one is just a 16-inch round. And then we'll talk about maybe the brackets. So depending on which software you use for graphics, I mean, there's lots of things that you could do with pictures. Last time we did some different picture frames. That's some new digital downloads that we have. Time and temp is 380 degrees for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That's for a two-sided part or a single-sided. Since these are metal blanks, we press them just a little bit longer for that to sublimate into the powder coating. And then we press basically down. I put the print down and then the part on top of it, which is different than some of the other brands that are out there. Here's the other one that we just did with brown. So we have the brown, I would say the real Yeti. So I don't know what's the preference. Do you guys like the real or the Yeti version? That's been something fun that we've been doing now for, I don't know, it'll be maybe a year this fall. And the other thing we always want to keep in mind is this is our report card. So you want the ink all to come off. And if you see ink, it should be where the part is not. So if all the ink isn't sublimating or turning, it basically is turning to a gas and settling into the powder coating. If that isn't happening, most likely you don't have that pad or you don't have enough pressure. Yeah, everybody seems to love, Alice loves the Sasquatches. They're kind of fun. We're always looking for new ideas. I think we got some, we're working on some gnomes. So I don't know if we have a lot of gnome fans out there. I know I have a sister that's a gnome nut, if she's watching or watching later. Any guesses on what shape that was that I held up earlier? Jerry, yeah, we always use a Nomax pad. That's kind of a cool idea, Brian, on the auto-populating. I think, I think that would maybe a consensus in the chat there. I mean, how many people would use a tool where they could auto-populate pictures? Let's see. Remember, we have some clearance items. We have some great deals still out there if you go in our clearance section, and we got some things that are marked down. Could be wall art, could be wind spinners, but the site, we're always updating the site, always doing new things. So definitely check out the site and look for anything that you might find. But there's some great deals out there. And also, if you're ever up in the area, stop in. There's not too many manufacturers that are doing cottage or any kind of blanks, so we're actually laser cutting, powder coating, and making these blanks here. We're not a distributor, we're the actual manufacturer, which I don't know of any in the United States that are doing wind spinners. I believe we're the only one that's doing blank wind spinners. Pretty confident we're the only ones that are manufacturing. Pretty much most of them are imported as far as blanks. There's a couple, but not too many. Here's a round that we just did. That's kind of cool. I don't know if have you seen this one, Corey? I never have. You know what that is? What is it? Really? Get out of town. Huh. I would not have guessed that. Corey's is always the wise one of it. All right, we're going to do a little bit larger. So the other thing, again, like I said, we put our paper down first. And this is a 16-inch press, and we are going to attempt to do a 16-inch pipe. And you just want to make sure you have the alignment marks, and you want to have it kind of right to the edge. Okay, and we're going to put the craft paper back over the top. And we're going to press that down. We are like most people, we're running lean with staff. Teresa's gone today, so those of you that call in every once in a while, you usually get Teresa. So Corey and I are kind of covering the front. Yeah, definitely, Alice, if you have any questions when you go to the site, we're a small manufacturing company, so I'm the owner. When you call in, you'll maybe get Teresa or Corey or sometimes me. Well, first, yeah, I mean, the paper sticking, you'll get off easily with Windex or water, but I guess the bigger question is, why is it sticking? It shouldn't be sticking. So you always should, so I'm guessing by your question earlier, you always use the Nomax pad. So if you use the Nomax pad, you shouldn't have any sticking. If you're still having sticking issues, then maybe it's too much pressure or too much time. So that's something to think about. But yeah, Windex will take the paper off. Just kind of soak it and it'll come right off. So you shouldn't have to press it again.
I heard you can try magic eraser, but I've never tried it.
Corey said a magic eraser. That sounds like it'd be a lot of work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hope it works.
Yeah.
Try it.
Noted. I like that. Corey, we've never done lawnmower shapes, have we?
Not that I know of.
Brian, you already got a request for a state shape. You could start with Ohio. Jerry, have you tried out our paper at all? I don't know what size printer you have. Fun part with these presses, which most of you probably know, I don't have a shirt here, but we were lucky enough and we got the Leech Lake Walleye Tournament shirts again. So these are all the sponsors, of course, backwards. But so we're doing the shirts. We end up doing a lot of mugs, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just really fun to do different things and create the graphics. Yeah, I don't know a lot about sawgrass. Corey and I went to a couple presentations when we've been to some vendor shows, but we have Mutos here. Is that a flat sheet paper? I'm assuming it's sheet paper. But yeah, we do have. Yeah, thanks, Corey. Well, this is cool now. This is the one we just pressed, and here's the brackets. So the brackets on the back just kind of peel away, and you bend them at a 90, and then it's going to hold things away from the wall. And then we do have some kickers, 11 by 17. We have that. And from what we checked before, Jerry, we have probably the best pricing on the internet. Because we do buy a lot of paper from the same company, Colvin Hole. And so you can get a pretty good deal on paper next time you place an order. Wow, that's what I love. I love seeing it coming off. I'm gonna throw a couple more things on the press. So instead of being depressing, we can be what? Just keep pressing, Corey? That's kind of a bad joke. I better just stick to pressing.
You'll be depressing everybody else.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think I'm on this theme of motorcycles. Corey and I have been on a few motorcycle trips, and we are not related. So poor Corey gets asks. They always say it's a father-son motorcycle trip, and of course I take it as a slight insult. We do some butterflies, and you got to make sure you press the antennae to fit a little bit. So sometimes they bend in shipping or manufacturing. So we are going to attempt the world record of 3 butterflies at once. I just want to make sure you got them lined up. You know, so you don't want metal over metal. We're going to press that again. Okay. And this is our report card. So how did we do? Did all the ink come off? Yeah, I like that too, Kim, when it looks like it's wet or it's so hot. But that is our report card. So you can see the ink dye sublimated and sublimated off from there. And then here's the one that we just pressed. So that's kind of a nice spring cardinal. I think most states have cardinals. And we're just gonna, all you're gonna do is you bend those tabs back and the one for hanging off the wall. So it really gives it a 3D look. Here's one that we did the time before. I really love this one. Wow, I did not know that's the Ohio State bird. That's pretty cool when we learn something in our own class. Or did you already know that, Corey?
You know what the next one paper is?
Is it the blue?
Mosquito.
Is it the blue jay?
It's the mosquito.
Yeah, Corey says our state bird is the mosquito. That is, there is some pretty good art out there sometimes of the mosquito. I think we'll press, how are we doing on time? Press a couple more things. We got those butterflies coming off. I'm gonna do, not really in love with that bison idea. I don't know if you heard that, Corey. Typically, full disclosure, what we want to do is we want to have a ring or a border. Well, what the heck, we'll do that next. Living on the wild side. We still have snow outside. Does anybody on here still have snow? We have robins here right now that are slightly confused. Was that a week ago we got 8 to 10 inches of snow? Let's see. Did I get any guesses on my shape? We got no participation. Hey Brian, I'm gonna call you out. Brian, what shape is this? You should get it because you basically live on it. This is a motorcycle trip. We don't have snow, we have snowbanks. I like that. Lake Superior, thank you for your participation. That is Lake Superior. My son and I went around that in 3 days. I wouldn't recommend it. That was a little bit too fast. Plus, we got a speeding. Well, never mind. Allegedly. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's pretty. But yeah, your paper should come right off. If you hear anything, there might be just a little bit of a sticking sound or popping when it comes off. And I am going to press this table. So again, 16-inch parts, 16-inch press. All of a sudden it got quiet in here. It must have been in my own head. Did you get quiet in here?
No.
I think that's me trying to concentrate. All right. And then we are gonna, actually, I'm gonna throw my new piece of paper in this. Depending on your customer, I would recommend a new piece of paper each time, but we are trying to keep our prices down, so we a lot of times we'll reuse paper. I think it was I don't know if it was Kim or somewhere. No Cardinals in Oregon. Hey Janine. Yeah, it's cool. Kim did about, when it first comes off, they look wet almost. So we did these 3 butterflies. This is kind of I think this is a newer one too. Stained glass or something is what it kind of looks like. I don't know what it's called, but these turned out amazing. But we did all 3 of them at once. And the other cool thing with these is when you bend them, you can bend them, so it looks more like it's a butterfly flying. You can bend the wings forward. That's what's really cool with metal. We have the bracket on the back. You bend that down into a Z and then bend the wings just slightly forward, and it gets some really cool depth to it. You can hang them a little bit at an angle that way. It's hard to show it without the glare, but yeah, I agree. It's really cool, the vibrancy. That's my favorite thing about dye sublimation is just how, when it comes off, how vibrant it is. Again, always watching. There's our report card. You can see how the ink is off, except for the part is not. We do have some really nice digital downloads available for sale. They look great, white, not metal color. It's interesting. As a company, we've had that battle for, well, I don't know, Corey, what, probably forever. But I mean, we introduced white sublimation 15 years ago or more. All of that, and I would say right now today it's maybe 50-50. Most of our stock items, it's we sell more grind clear than we do white. But it's interesting in this cottage blank or blank market, and I could be wrong, but there's very few that are selling a grind product. So we actually hand grind it, which gives it some reflectivity, where I don't know if anybody else is doing that. They might have a clear, but they don't have a grind. The butterflies were white. And so you can always tell by the back. All right, drum roll, please. We're going to take off our top, and I am going to let that cool for just a second. I'm going to throw on one final thing. So if you have any other questions, I'm going to press a dragonfly to stick with the theme of garden decor. So these are all things that you could put out in your garden. This one is a clear, so you can always tell by the back of the part. And a few of our blanks we offer in both. I don't believe this is one of them, is it, Corey? The butterflies we offer in white and in clear, but it's hands down we sell way more grind. I don't know if anybody has seen this before, but it's kind of a fun thing to talk about, is our Versatops. So to this group, we've sold a few. They come with magnets. And so basically you can change out the tops. It sells as a kit. And so you get 2 tops and a bottom. I'm going to run and grab one more thing. It's always nice when you can just leave your own live. I was testing if Corey was going to step in for me. So here's a really cool one that's an artist here in town. But basically, let's see if I can do this. We have them available in 3 colors, if I'm saying that right, Corey. And there's bases are 3 colors. You would put your own images on the top, and meaning it's versatile. So you would change out the top. It could be an anniversary party, 4th of July party. So you would put a different top on. In this particular one, well, what happens when you put a 400-degree part on polyester carpet? Anybody? Any guesses? Wow, that turned out nicer than I thought. So that you just, as you see there, I just stick the magnets on it. So I chose this one because it's that weathered kind of a green, if you can see that. Hey, CJ's in the house. And then we did the bison. Yes, Jerry, melting occurs. I got a little, no fire happened, just melting. Hey, CJ.
I'll have to go back and
Yeah, so that's cool. You did press one, Jerry, or Janine, sorry. Yes, melting. I wish we could do that with our snow, if I could somehow influence the snow to melt. Okay, we have one last thing that'll come off the press here in a minute, but these are the table stands. They sell as a kit. You get 2 tops. This particular one is the silver vein. Then we have the, what do they call that one for you? Weathered green.
Yep. You nailed it.
And then we have an alarm going off. We have a copper vein, which is, I think, been the most popular, the copper vein. So it's all about, and then we have a black. So I guess we do have, yeah, we have 4 colors. This is a marble one that we did before that really looks nice on that top. So if you have not checked out the Versatops, they do come in white only, and then you would put your own graphic on there. And it's 16-inch, so they do fit on this press, but you'd have to have a little bit larger paper. But that's something we can always help you with. Here is our report card. And it's crazy if you look at this, how vibrant that is. So it's just the colors are really cool. And this one is just on clear. I know what you mean, Janine. Change out the tops, yeah, for the season. But yeah, so here's the yeah, autocorrect. It's so frustrating. But yeah, here's the dragonfly. Okay. And then the same thing, you can bend the wings slightly forward to give it some 3D, bend the tail. You can bend the antennae forward.
I
And then the bracket.
The driver was just taking it up off the table. No, don't take that one.
Okay. Well, that is it for today. Kind of just to wrap it up a little bit. I mean, we have lots and lots of garden decor and more. So anything from wind spinners. Want to thank Uncle Harry coming all the way from California and his cousin. What did I say? Joe, or his nephew Joe. There we go. I better stick to the same story. But yeah, I love the vibrancy. Thanks for pointing that out, Kim. We appreciate you guys' business. I like the idea earlier, Jerry, about the lawnmower shapes. You know, it's all about trying to help you do more business also. So if there's certain ornaments or shapes, we've done airplane shapes. We've done lots of different ornament shapes. But yeah, give us a call if you ever have any questions. Corey's always here. Corey's been here, what has he been here? 16 years. Here's our main phone number. I'm going to post in there. Chances are you're going to get Teresa, but if it's something technical, it'll be Corey or myself. Where is your sales area? On the website. Corey just stepped away, but it's I think this is called clearance. Let me go in there quick. Corey, here you're back. What's our Jerry asked, what's the sales area? Is it clearance? I forget what the hell.
Clearance sale.
What's it called?
Factory clearance sale.
Factory clearance sale. There we go. So it's up on the top bar. You should see top right corner, factory clearance sale. And then even within it, you'll see some items are marked down 50%. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for participating. We appreciate your business. If you ever have questions or ideas, just give us a call. Have a wonderful day. Bye.